There are a lot of movies that you should watch. There are a lot of movies that you should watch. A lot of movies you should watch. But just for the lack of going into anything dealing with the whole political thing, I'm noticing a lot of energy. I'm noticing a lot of cheering. I'm noticing a lot of exuberance, jubilance, a lot of jovial, happiness and joy. All of this stuff I'm noticing. All right. Let me say this really quick, if you don't mind. There is always a lull before the storm. And what do I mean by this? Before anything negative, there's always a lulling, this period of time where things feel amazing. They feel wonderful. They feel like, oh, we don't have to worry about anything. There's always a lull before the storm. So for those who are happy, for those who are not happy, for those who are indifferent, you feel indifferent, you don't really care either way. The system of white supremacy that we're dealing with in education, that we're dealing with in the field of medicine, that we're dealing with in the field of economics, that we're dealing with in the field of international trade and commerce, etc., in the field of psychology and mental health, you name it, still exists. Be wise. Be wise. Do not go back to sleep. Do not get comfortable. Do not think that all of the problems are gone. Do not be fooled. Just making sure I say this right now. Do not be fooled. I'm not going to mess up anyone's day. I'm not going to mess up anyone's whatever feeling you having right now, whatever you're doing, do your thing. But remember that our attention must be on our community, helping our people, making sure we have everything we need. And the question is, do we have everything we need? Are we in a position where we have everything that we need to where we don't have to worry about anything? Do we have all of our businesses? Do we have all of our banks under our control? Do we have our own policing units? Do we have our economics completely intact? Do we have international trade and commerce and business relationships across the country collectively? Do we have our health under our control? Do we have our restaurants? Do we have our grocery stores? Do we have our schools? Do we have everything that belongs to us? Do we have our own territories that we run and that are self-sustaining? Do we have gold? Do we have silver? Do we have car manufacturing? Do we have it? Do we have it all? No? Are we still under this system? Yes? Okay. Then that means we still have work to do. That's all I'm saying. We still have work to do. Now, I'm going to say this. Mr. Bill Gates made his nice little announcement, his tweet regarding his joy for working with the new administration, etc., what he was talking about. The COVID-19 or the coronavirus circumstance is still here. What do I mean by that? States are still under certain policies dealing with COVID-19. States are still making new policies. The vaccine move is still in place. January is coming up, and in January they push the vaccines on all 328 plus million people in the United States. So why do I say that? Do not go to sleep. Don't go to sleep. That's all I'm saying. Don't go to sleep. Whatever you're feeling, great, wonderful, but don't go to sleep, because that is still on the agenda. This vaccine move is heavily still on the move. So do not get it twisted. I just wanted to make sure all the goodness that we feel is wonderful. I will never take away from a good feeling that we have, but at the same time, please don't fall asleep thinking that everything is great now. Be aware. That's all. Be aware. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your family. I get it, man. I mean, come on. Let's all have every day. I want us to have a good time every day. I want us to feel something good every day. I want the hood to be happy every day. I want us in our communities to be happy and healthy and and all of us to have a level of wealth and comfort and sustainability and growth. And we deserve that, right? But we can't get it based on a pseudo feeling. I don't want the feeling to be fabricated. I don't want the feeling to be manipulated. Don't. It's like when a person takes a drug, right? When you get a drug, you get that hit, whatever kind of drug it is you're doing, whether it's coke, if it's heroin, whatever it is, you get this fake artificial high that only lasts for so long. And you go up, you feel how you feel for a couple minutes, whatever, depending on what you take. If you take, coke, it may last for a couple seconds. If you take heroin, that may last for a couple minutes. If you take LSD, lysergic acid or lysergic diethylamide, you can be on a trip with LSD. You can be on a trip with one drop of that liquid for between 12 to 15 hours. So there are ways to artificially gain a level of happiness, but the only true happiness is, as Minister Farrakhan said, is seeing or having a thought in your mind of something that you want to create or build or establish, and then watching it come into reality, into the physical form. We need tangible, physical, real things that genuinely make us happy. Genuinely. Because of what we have done. Because of what helps. Because of what really creates something for us as a people. That's what makes me happy, is when I see us actually accomplishing stuff that lasts and is real, and it makes us build, and it makes us successful. That's what we have to focus on. But I'm letting you know now, don't go to sleep. Please don't do that. Because what this vaccine agenda is now, it's always been in the works. But just know, man, boy, just be wise. Prepare yourself, for whatever. Out here in California, man, we got some heavy rain out of nowhere. Heavy rain. Be prepared. Make sure you have your first aid kits. Make sure you have food stocked up in the house. Make sure you have water stocked up in the house. Make sure you have all of what you need. If you need generators, if you need satellite radios, just some ideas. Make sure you have everything. Make sure you have everything that you need for whatever. I wouldn't recommend people run out to the streets. People already out in the streets, but I wouldn't recommend it. Just be aware, because though there are plenty of people happy, there are plenty who are not. So just be wise. Just be wise. Again, I'm not into the whole political side of the equation. Y'all can argue about that at whatever point, but what I'm saying is, for us and our community, be mindful. Prepare yourself. Make sure you have everything that you need at home. Make sure you have everything that you need wherever you are, because that's really where this comes down to. There is a factor to this entire equation that a lot of people are not looking at, which is everybody ain't happy. Everybody ain't happy. And people will do things based off of how they feel. People will do a lot of things based off of how they feel. So as you celebrate, prepare, establish, calculate, strategize. That's all. Just be mindful, man. Just be mindful. That's all. Somebody says something about, again, pool your resources with your family together too. This is a time where you really want to come together with family. Not just for Christmas. I'm not saying for the holidays. No, I'm saying because economically, where the country is. Economically. Don't try to get through these issues that we're going through in the hood in different areas. People's money is real funny right now. Pull together with your family. Really. Get with your family and see how you can help one another. Somebody who you trust in your family, start to build and establish connections together, because, again, just be prepared, man. The economy is so jacked up. Just be prepared. So I wanted to make sure I said all of that. And keep your tribe strong. Keep your family strong. Look at things spiritually as well. Look at things spiritually as well. Again, there's always a calming lull before the storm. And at this time, I just recommend y'all to get things together, be wise about how you move. If you know, whatever, let's all just be as intelligent as possible in how we move. Because a lot of people are not vibing with this thing. There are people on both ends feeling how they feel about whatever and whatever, but just, man, do your best to make sure your family is okay. Do your best to make sure that your house is in order. You know, do your best to make sure that you have everything that you need just in case of whatever. That's all. Just make sure you have everything that you need, because I can tell you right now, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world, all over the world right now. So the best thing to do is to be prepared for whatever. For whatever, wherever. But the last thing I'm going to say regarding this vaccine thing, I have some stuff coming when it comes to the vaccine circumstance, because there is no stopping that. The vaccine situation with the vaccine manufacturers and pharmaceutical companies, there ain't nothing stopping that, man. That is a monster that is going to affect everyone in this country if we do not get in front of it. If we do not get in front of it, that is a monster that is going to affect everybody in this country. So we really need to pay attention to what's going on with that. I'm going to make some announcements, God willing, by Monday regarding that. I'm letting you know this because that affects everybody. Again, not just children, adults and children. Adults and children. Somebody said we all going to die. No, that's not what I'm saying. Knock that off. That is not what I'm saying. So stop that. But yeah, it's a definite that we need to focus, pay attention, come together, you know,